Hello, welcome to the stream. Doing some more Disco Elysium today. I got OpenVC in this server, and I'm also streaming it to there. So let's continue. Right now I'm doing this on my PC. Last couple of times I've been doing it on my Steam Deck. The reason why I'm doing it on my PC is because, well, I'll probably look better. What was I doing last time? I need to up the thing. Why can't I sing karaoke?
A rusting control panel with loose wires dangling out from the hole where an indicator light used to be, and a mechanical lever sitting in the middle.
Alright.
This panel usually closes the water lock. You pull the lever all the way up until the metal clicks against the contact pins. You hear a soft clunk. Then, nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. A spring brings the lever. Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality?
Yes, there was, but you know. You know how it is.
A Stars Riker, one of the finest Zhimsk-made motor carriages ever. An oldie, but a goldie. Not many people outside of Grad, and Revachol West too, it appears.
A Stash Raiko KK2. That's a classic model. Never thought I'd see another one repainted after what happened last time. An old case for my precinct. A couple of Zhimsk migrants saw a Stash Raiko stopped in the street, painted just like this, muddy brown. Murdered the driver on the spot. They said it was an honor killing, Hussar style. The Zhimsk community protested the trial, flying the banners of some old king or whatever.
Jesus.
5,000 came to protest.
Correction, 4,395. The fourth largest public protest of a criminal trial in Revachol.
Well, that's close enough.
People we are paid to protect. Let's leave it at that. 4 years for murder in Reunion.
Oh.
The perps were remorseful. Their sorry knocked 8 years off the sentence. That's the system.
The prisons in the greater Revachol Industrial Harbor are already full. Prisoners are expensive to maintain. The longer the sentence, the larger the cost.
Could it be another Stash Raiko murder? Honestly, that just doesn't seem like the type of vehicle that guy would drive. So my initial guess is the two are not related. Yes, detective? You sure you're not Zhimsk?
I am
Yes,
not Jim's.
You're sure you're not. Or if you are, it's only in that Revacholian way. 4 to 5% maximum.
Of course. I can level up something. Where's the map? Oh, I can get to it from here. Man. Today was tiring, even though I just sat at my computer. Just a bunch of tickets. Why am I having sound issues on here that I didn't have on Steam or on the Steam Deck?
Welcome to Ivernhoe.
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago.
Oh my god.
Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you.
Yeah, you tell him.
It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
Racist lorry driver.
What he means is, fixation on the Revacholian nation makes it harder for Revachol to actually attain self-determination.
Oh, come on, man. I just said welcome to Ivernhoe. It's a lorry driver thing.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here.
What
that
the
I
fuck?
should watch myself and behave. But you see, I'm an officer of the RCN. It's actually my job to make sure you behave. I would advise you to remember that.
Silence. The air between them becomes tense. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
Okay.
You two make a cute couple. You know that?
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calmness.
Whatever you say, officers.
Okay.
He smells of heavy motor oils, and his breath of high tar content cigarettes, probably Astra Whites.
Oh man, that's great. Look at that guy go. Haven't seen anything that funny in a while.
Okay.
God damn. Thanks for that, but no, it's not mine.
He doesn't live in Martinez.
Oh shit.
Looking for something? Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's a sit and wait on your ass situation. Apples?
Apples.
Apples is exactly the kind of thing you'd say if you had something to hide.
Yeah, apples? I take it you had other questions? It's about biological determinism, natural law, the sorting of the races. Not the most popular topic nowadays, with the coalition in charge and all. You might want to change the topic. That is, bury your head under the sand like common sheep. People who've studied these things say that you and me are superior by design, so naturally, we Occidentals should be in charge. Obviously, you can see the merits in that. So, lately we Occidentals have experienced an unfortunate downturn when members of the superior race cease to believe in their innate superiority. They stop competing for resources.
What?
This concerns you, policeman, so you better be vigilant. The damn kips are showing up good lately. Same with the mosquitoes. And the other intruder species too.
Oh my
On the
god.
precipice of cultural victory.
Cultural victory? What is this then?
It's what the kips of Boogie Street are going for, right under our noses. And the others too, on the radio. Heard any chansons lately? Heard any motetos or leader? No. Dominating culture is how they plan to win. They say so themselves.
What?
It's true. Also, you need to realize the dangers of mixing races. Who knows what might happen if people don't stay in their birthplace? You might end up with a new subrace, with unknown characteristics, leading to extra competition. That's why you've got to control the offspring.
Yeah, no.
Don't push your luck, Runt. Looking for something, Runt? Come to tell me to fuck off again? It's about not the most popular topic nowadays, with a coalition in charge and all. You might... I'm not the only one. Look, I've read books.
Okay.
The science of racial theory has all been proved, even if some people don't want to accept it.
What the fuck?
People who've studied these
No.
things say that
It's bullshit.
you and me are superior by design. So, naturally, we Occidentals should be in charge.
But I'll play with it.
Open your eyes. Haven't you noticed something different lately? An unfortunate downturn, maybe? Huh? When members of the superior race cease to believe in their innate superiority, they stop competing for resources. The problem? The damn kips are showing a real good...
Cultural victory? What is this then?
It's true. Also, you need to realize the dangers of good. If we, the evening people...
Lieutenant Kitsaragi's stern expression remains unchanged, but you sense he can't be happy about this.
When you said before that you were down with racism, was it meant in earnest? Or were you just trying to win his confidence?
I was practicing the time-honored technique known as the lie.
I suppose that's a relief. Just be careful how often you avail yourself of this technique. A lie may be useful in the short term, but I have a way of catching up with you later.
We know a lie, sire, and it didn't feel like one to us. He chooses to believe, though, for now.
And one more thing. As you've seen, these sorts of attitudes are quite common in Martinez, so I expect this to happen again and again. I've had this conversation enough times in my life. From now on, I'm going to stay out of it. How you choose to respond is your business, but be careful. Now let's move on. Yes?
Okay, nothing. Yeah, Jesus. I think there's a fucking crazy earthquake here. But what was that skill that I had to use before?
A crumpled billboard. The sign billboard has fallen on the waterlock, keeping it open.
Now let's put some more into visual calculus if I can.
A crumpled the sign billboard has fallen on the waterlock, keeping it open, and thus out of order.
I wonder what the controls are. F5 is quick save.
Just some tasteless advertising at the bottom of a canal.
God
No use rubbernecking now.
damn it. Hey, maybe I should go to bed. In game. Interesting.
You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray, light it up, and smoke the living shit out of it. The living shit. Your Mesolimbic rule.
Nah. I ain't a smoker.
This is the door to the room you redecorated.
Just a moment. You had some questions earlier, I believe. And besides, we should discuss our progress on the investigation. Let's go out to the balcony.
Yes.
The air outside is brisk. The lieutenant is silent for a moment. He listens to the traffic hum. Then,
Where shall we begin? We should talk about the investigation, first and foremost. But I also remember you wanting to discuss the RCM? They're quite limited, actually. The power officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia exercise most frequently is imposing fines of up to 1,000 real for offenses, in accordance with an interdepartmental schedule.
Why not more?
The RCM's primary role is to ensure safety. We are not really supposed to play any part in the economic structure of Revachol. Yes, although indirectly, as citizens can always request records from their local station. Officers of the RCM have been known to take bribes of less than the prescribed fine amount. It undermines trust in the RCM. We can arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing someone in directly, it's preferable to serve a station closely. It prevents confusion and overcrowding. You can't. Those who don't show up become fugitives, though, and have fewer legal rights when they are eventually caught. It's about power projection. Thus far, they seem to mostly show up. We are permitted to use whatever force we deem necessary, even lethal.
Have you ever killed anyone, Kim?
Yes. The last time was 4 years ago.
he has internalized it well. It's just that. A fact. A self-contained past event.
Have I ever killed anyone?
That's an improbability. Perhaps even impossibility. Precinct 41 is known for a higher than average rate of police violence. You have
So
to
if I
supply
kill
compelling
someone,
evidence for why it was necessary to use lethal force.
Ah.
In these cases, your partner is usually your witness.
That makes sense.
Not a good position to be in, by the way. Internal Affairs handles these cases thoroughly, by cross-examining you for inconsistencies. It is hard to cover for anyone, which is for the best.
Okay.
We don't convict. We arrest and send them to coalition government courts in Courron and La Delta. The prosecution works off our testimonies and records, which is why it's paramount to keep them. Yes, the international community's mission in Revachol, and the moral intern, more broadly. The RCM was formed by the coalition government to restore order in the international zone after the revolution. So we did. Now we attempt to maintain that order. No more, no less. Or perhaps it is better to say we were allowed to form. It's a point of contention whether the citizens of Revachol or the coalition government founded the RCM. Be sentimental if you like. Either way, the moral intern leases us the right to keep the peace in this
Moral
city, and
intern?
they will take it away if we misuse it.
Interesting.
Or if they think you do.
The Moralist International are the world's largest political organization. You know who they are. They have been running this place after the revolution failed. They're a union of center-left and center-right parties across the Real Belt. Our coalition government is just one of its many projects. They also run the ICP, EPIS, most intergovernmental organizations in the world. What do they believe in? They are DeLoreans. They
DeLoreans.
continue the humanist project set forth by Her Innocence Dolores Day for centuries.
Oh.
Others say they are just technocrats.
Interesting.
Those others say they continue the humanist project set forth by Dolores Day.
Interesting question. It's a blue forget-me-not. Their motto is love, compassion, self-discipline. I think you can gauge what they want you to think of them from that.
Something kind and usual.
Right.
Something almost self-explanatory. Something even a little feminine, but in a strict manner.
What do you mean by that, electrochemistry? What the fuck does that even mean?
Something like the dark blue, serious color of the early night sky above.
Uh-huh.
A historic figure? The author of the modern age? You will have to look elsewhere for opinions. The subject of humanism is too abstract for me. The moral intern are a fact. I try not to have opinions on facts until they change. And it doesn't look like that's about to happen. Do
What?
you?
Yep. Not that one. This one, probably.
No. We are stooges of the world's biggest bourgeois organization, protecting the people of Revachol. That's the hand we were dealt. Without the MI, we would be common vigilantes.
Maybe we should make our own law.
Looking like a revolutionary, not a cop. But hypothetical aside, Martinez, we already are vigilantes. At least the Union thinks so. I expect our job here to prove quite challenging. I have a cigarette every night when I go over my notes. It's something of a ritual.
Oh man, he looks so devastatingly cool with that cigarette.
How did you get so cool, Kim?
You mean this? This isn't cool. It's an unnecessary trial of will, and unhealthy.
Keeping the habit within the parameters he's given himself takes a lot of focus. It would be easier to simply quit. Yet, were he to quit, he would lose the cool factor. This man relishes his cool quite a bit below it all.
Yeah, no.
Yes. It's been a long and eventful day. Well, we inspected the victim's body, so that's good. It was not easily approachable in that state, but we did it. I would say our initial inspection was very thorough, and we have solid leads to follow up on.
Yes.
The body is still hanging from that tree, which is unfortunate. But we performed a thorough search of the premises of the crime scene. That's great.
I'm just not a very good cop.
It's not my job to evaluate your methodology, officer. I'm just going through the facts. As for the interviews, we conducted an interview with Everard Clare. He wasn't
Yes.
particularly forthcoming with useful information, however.
He's not saying much on the matter because he thinks you could have gotten more out of Everard.
Claire also helped you, how should I say, remember your name? That's a relief.
That's a very serviceable name,
We
too.
talked to Joyce Messier, but didn't get any information from her. I have a feeling Joyce knows.
My
how
God, my
dangerous the
fucking
situation
roommate.
is.
He's like
We have to
a
get her to
howler monkey. I don't know if you guys can hear him. He's going fucking insane over something.
If Kim is emphasizing something this much, it really must be important.
Above all, though, today was exhausting. What's with all the running? You run a lot. Is that a standard Precinct 41 practice?
I have a really good theory about why you're running so fast, son. Just you wait until we get up tomorrow.
It's impressive, especially for a man your age, and in those hills.
Yeah, I'm a video game protagonist. That's why I run everywhere.
Nice shoes, by the way. I like the green. Goes with the orange.
The dying lights of the city shimmer below. Slowly, like luminous clouds, they pass on his lenses. The lieutenant looks at his slim cigarette, contemplating the next drag.
Right.
An aerostatic passes overhead, the whiskers of its floodlights on the ground below. Kitsuragis glasses light up as
Aerostatic?
sky. Two glowing circles.
Like an airplane?
They really don't like us here. And the mouth on that kid, Kuno. It's different in land, in Jamrock and the GRIH.
Why are they like this?
It's our fault for leaving this place to the dogs, to the Union, to the company, not daring to come here more often. This place has fallen between the cracks, the jurisdictions of our two precincts. We run this city. West of the river is RCM land. It's incredibly hard. Human beings are... But we are in control, and it's worth it. The organization works, our systems work. If they didn't, the city would disintegrate. Me too. But I wouldn't count on any drastic changes in our lifetimes.
He is very tired, but the dark circles under his eyes make him look younger, not older.
I could see that.
Yeah, it's getting very cold now. Let's go.
I do a lot of running.
We should think about calling it a day, maybe. The nights are still miserably cold this time of year. We can pick up where we left off tomorrow morning.
Yes.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
The expression. What a beautiful expression it is. I want to take that flashlight off of me. It's getting pretty annoying. I'll put the ledger on there instead.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful.
Yes, they do. I'll just go to bed.
The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes.
Please tell me there are dream sequences in this game.
And then sleep doesn't come.
What do you mean by
then
that?
Sleep doesn't come. Obviously, you're in bed with your eyes closed, but it's not happening. Maybe it's the bed's fault. It's a little better. Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still litter your mind. Part of you is still trying to solve the case, isn't it? Something to do with, what was it that the lieutenant said? Union?
I love how the bed's
It's gone
talking to
again.
me.
Your thoughts lost between the slowing brain waves. Something to do with, your breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch in your sleep and images start forming.
Oh. Damn. This is freaky.
Do you remember the scent of your childhood?
Oh, I fucking love this shit. The disco ball there? Holy fuck.
What it says on the can, Harry. Answer the question. Do you remember your wife's hand on your face? Do you remember the warmth of her thighs, between her legs and in her mouth? You know who I am. I'm the bad day. The one where you ask her, and then later in the streets, wandering. It's the worst day of all time, Harry dear. And it's coming. She will hear about it on the phone.
Wow.
Reality will turn into a grotesque nightmare. This will be the last thing you did to her. Tell me, do you remember the love of your life? Oh no, Funky baby, you stayed. It was the rest of it that left. Or you just stood there, with one hand on the bottle and the other on your dick, watching it go.
What?
Tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are yours? No, it's gone. 3 times gone and never coming back. You failed. You failed me. You failed Elysium.
Elysium?
Everything. The Pale and the Useless. On the surface. The outer magnetosphere. Burning, furious truth. 8,000 years of written history. You really dropped the ball, Harry. 4.6 billion people. And you failed every single one of them. You really fucked up.
Yeah, I've seen this guy before.
No, you haven't. You're just sleep talking. And the act is wearing thin, too. The spots on the disco ball fade around you. You'll be back in those cold snakeskins in no time, sweating up the bed. Stinky Boy.
Stinky Boy. Stinky Boy.
You're not coming back from shit, thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours, bumping into things and acting like a clown. Who are you kidding? You're trying to what? I can't hear you. This is just a word dream now. Jumbled up garbage. The pictures are gone. The bed rises to meet you. A thin, sleep-like state. More glass than velvet, grinding in your head.
So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry, this unnourishing. There's something wrong with your thoughts. Some kind of new type of hangover.
What does that even mean?
Oh yes, party boy, and it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Here it comes too. So soon already. A silent alarm goes off in your head like clockwork. Barely let you sleep at all. Time to get those clothes on, Harry. Time to go to work in the shit factory.
What? Okay.
Good going, buddy. Oh, just a dream. You have ones like that all the time. You feel even worse this morning than you did last night. You mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It is worrying, isn't it? You can't be a detective like this. Detectives need to be able to think. It's just that your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. Time to get some more. You're too weak to say no now. Waking up is the worst part. Maybe somewhere down the line you could decline. Are you sure? Ready to live as this pathetic shell of yourself for days? Basically, a week? Let's be honest, 2 weeks. Maybe 3. You won't make it. Half the town will be dead by then. You will be fired. Suit yourself, slow, sad shell man. See how you do without your spark.
Jesus Christ.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face.
Hmm.
The door is closed.
Yeah, I'm not trying that again. Oh. Morning, Kim.
Looks like we can get to work at once. The union must have turned up. They look rowdy. We should talk to them. I completely forgot. Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. It's them by the looks of it. Loud and nasty, just like the manager said. One loose thread less to worry about, and one big problem to replace it. I mean ungovernable. Martinez isn't
Become
exactly
ungovernable.
enthusiastic about the RCM being here. They prefer to be policed by the union. These men here. Men who drink beer for breakfast. I have no doubt these are the Hardy Boys Evrard told us about.
Hardy
The
Boys.
ones who keep the peace around here. And the big one must be Hardy himself. This is clearly the union's peacekeeping force Evrard told us about.
Yeah,
The one he said
peacekeeping.
hanged our victim. We can't be sure, of course. Evrard may have lied to us. He definitely has an agenda of his own. That would just escalate tensions. No captain would sign off on it. Solving one murder isn't worth a conflict between the RCM and the Debarders Union. In fact, even the death of 2 detectives might not warrant an all-out war. So let's keep a cool head, okay? One more thing before we do. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with our business.
Oh, no.
Yeah, streetwise. Zoom right past. Do it on your own terms. But aren't you curious to know what they have to say about the murder?
They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place. Anyway, I leave that choice to you. Whatever you decide is fine by me.
Yes?
Can I help you? Got the 20 real? Good. You got the room for the night, but remember, you'll need another 20 real tomorrow.
Just a moment.
She's agitated, judging from the way she keeps pulling at the frayed edge of her blanket.
And there's no public phones nearby?
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway. I'm glad to see you again, dear. Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working.
Hmm.
The union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead too.
Right. Hmm.
To let the young woman who's house sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and our friend Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night, but they're still missing, and I haven't heard from them.
Huh.
I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel.
A little missing persons puzzle might just be the thing to take your mind off the hangover.
That's just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully. But you have more important things to worry about.
More important than a missing expedition? I don't know. Expeditions often lead to something interesting.
Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect.
Huh.
But they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast across the waterlock to set a few traps. He said they'd be back on Monday.
The waterlock, that was broken. Could this be it?
Oh, sweetie, it's nothing like that. Gary's as loyal as they come. I trust him with my husband's life any day. Oh my, what happened to the waterlock? Oh, sweetie, if it weren't for you, I'd be looking forward to another sleepless night. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
You're welcome, ma'am.
I hate to ask, but if your investigation takes you to the other side of the coast, please do keep an eye out for my husband.
Yes, some left-field scientific research is exactly what you need right now. Funk up that vanilla murder investigation.
And if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirling. He gets so tangled up in his work that he may not know the waterlock's been repaired. And it's cold out there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you, sweetie. Oh, sweetie, it's fascinating. But I shouldn't bore you with entomological minutiae.
The lieutenant gives you a sideways glance.
Well, it's a phasmid, technically, but...
Ah yes, Phasmatodia. A diverse group of insects whose bodies resemble twigs, leaves, that sort of thing. Ghost insects, colloquially.
Where other phasmids imitate sticks or leaves, this one's a living reed. It disguises itself among the reeds here on the Insulindian coast.
Huh.
Hence its name, the Insulindian phasmid. Perhaps you'll end up co-discovering the phasmid with us officers.
To be honest, this animal sounds like a cryptid. You wouldn't happen to be searching for some kind of gnome of Jeroma, would you?
Gnome of Jeroma.
I smell pseudoscience, he's thinking. Not a big fan of that.
It's simply elusive. So much so that most establishment zoologists doubt it exists at all.
Establishment. I thought so.
Not at all. Why else would it hide itself so carefully? Well, some teenagers making out in the reeds saw one. They didn't know what it was, of course, but there was a brief article in a local newspaper about their encounter with a ghost insect. That looks like the reeds.
Insect.
Gary sent us the clipping. Of course, most phasmid sightings turn out to be false alarms, but their description matched the Insulindian phasmid perfectly, and they didn't even know what they were looking at.
Enthusiasm has wiped the worry from her face. Her eyes sparkle behind her glasses.
You seem really excited about this
I
cryptid.
suppose I have something of a personal connection to the Insulindian phasmid. All scientists have their little hobby horses. Oh, I doubt it. No one gets into cryptozoology for the money, sweetie. Yes, it can blend in almost perfectly among the reeds. It's how it stayed hidden all these years, centuries even.
That's not special at all. Of course it blends in. Most insects do. You don't even have to be a stick insect for that.
Alright, what's so special
dear.
about it?
I'm afraid I'm not explaining this very well. It is very special. Morel can explain it all much better. I wish you could hear him describe it. Then you'd understand, I'm sure.
Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally, and now we know your Copo type.
Capo type?
Yes. Guess what's yours? Yes, sorry cop. The cop who's sorriest. Let's make it official then, shall we? What? Jealous of the sorry cop? I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, won't they be
Don't
jealous of my
worry.
sorry ass?
They'll be super, super fine. It'll be totally okay. You can dual Copo type from sorry to anything.
The fuck is a capo type?
Yes, yes. Impotent rage and lamentation. Let's wrap it up. Oh, you know. Apocalypse, Superstellar, the advanced interesting cop, liquid shadow cop. No, you don't. Come on. You'll be back to saying sorry in 2 minutes.
I'm
Of
sorry.
course you are. It's okay.
Rigorous
See if you can get
self-critique.
something out of this, like info. Or maybe every time you say you're sorry, you get $1 million. That won't happen.
Interesting.
The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod, acknowledging you. He looks up at you. Shrugging is an international. You see a heavy steel door.
Nope. It's locked. Well, let's try the bridge thing again.
In the morning light, the white on blue police livery on the motor carriage cannot but catch your eye. Do something important? Something murder related? There's always something important. Doesn't mean you can't take a moment to admire this piece of machinery. This is a Caprice Kinema, the Caprice Motor
Kinema.
Corps follow-up to their highly successful workhorse, Caprice 40, and the answer to the Lum's racing breed, Ferv series. With its air-cooled, rear-mounted 12-cylinder compression ignition engine, driving the rear wheels through a 4-speed manual gearbox, the Kinema is able to reach 100 kilometers per hour in 13.5 seconds and go on to a top speed of 180 kilometers an hour.
What the fuck? What a roll.
The high center of balance is offset by a large battery bank mounted at the bottom of the cabin, feeding all the auxiliary systems and making the Kinema effectively a mobile power plant.
Right.
Due to a quite steep price tag, it is very unusual to see one in police livery.
Mm-hmm. You want to take a closer look? Yes. An extraordinary machine.
It's nice and all, but why so modest? Put some zing into it. Flare it up. Slam it down. Helium headlights would improve the range and quality of the visual field a lot.
Actually, I have a pair at home. Just haven't gotten around to fitting them yet. I need to lay some wiring for the ballast first. Maybe. Yes, definitely maybe.
And means no.
130.
I reckon that's a 7-liter V12 there. Man, that's got to be a major advancement over the KR-18GU engine on the old Caprice 40.
Mama's serving some serious macaroni.
You lost me there. The Kinema is fast. Feels right at home on the raised motor track. Hard to find something that could overtake it.
Armel Ryu Supersonique, a racing motorbike for the road, could probably do it.
Yeah, let's go down to the coast and see what's going on with the bridge. With the butter sign.
A crumpled billboard. The sign billboard has fallen on the waterlock, keeping it open.
Wait, really? Why is it so dark in here? What the fuck?
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop. What can I do for you?
His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light across the walls of the shop.
Oh no, not at all. I guess I haven't had many customers lately, RCM or otherwise.
Right.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake. People who are terminally bored.
That seems about right.
As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from. It keeps me entertained.
He's well composed, but underneath it you sense psychedelic processes bubbling. Some kind of drug, maybe. Entertained? He might be high. If he is, on what?
Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question. I promptly sold her the gun you pawned a couple days back.
I pawned the gun? Harry pawned the gun?
This is a pawn shop, and it did feel as if you've met before. Oh God.
Oh
The
God.
routine shifts from one foot to another. Alert.
She didn't seem like a policeman, although she kept referring to herself as a pig, which was odd. I found her interest in the gun a bit obsessive, but I was just happy to get rid of it, and of her. Truth be told, she was terrifying.
Right, so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm, issued by the citizens' militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinez with it? You're right that she could cast aspersions on the force. We have to find her.
My apologies, officer, but I have no idea where she was coming from or where she went.
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it right now. You'll just have to hope Everard wasn't lying, and the Union can track her down in time.
Maybe. Shady-looking guys came in here
Can't believe
yesterday,
Harry sold his
looking like
fucking...
they'd just
I
taken
mean,
off
you
their
know what? I
Royal
can't
Pines
believe it.
overalls.
Fuck
They
it.
asked if I have a police weapon to sell. I told them I already sold it. They went their way. It was a trip, but you know, all sorts of people come here, asking for all sorts of things.
Wait, then it might be true. Everard's claims.
Maybe Claire really is tracking down your gun.
People as oleaginous as Everard seem like they're lying, even when they're really being truthful.
You,
I sold you my
you
gun.
were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. Said you were undeserving of a service weapon of the Revachol Citizens Militia. And I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off the charts photon emissions. The unhealthy kind.
Yeah, I see what this guy means.
Of course. I doubt it, but I can try and answer any questions you may have. I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business. Bad for everyone.
Yeah.
He doesn't know anything.
The corpse behind the hostel, I assume. I don't have a truck with a mounted platform or anything of that sort myself. Ask around the harbour. There might be some workers there who'd be willing to help.
The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colors.
Sure thing. Sure, man.
Well, give me 1 second.
Top of the morning to you. How may I be of service? Perhaps. I just like being awake for the transition between night and morning. Bearing witness to the first hints of light on the horizon.
Well, let's try it.
Feeling warm and enthralled by the movement of light, while the mind continues to race forward. Lucky bastard. He's probably on Parolidon. It's tough to come by on the street. A drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic side effects, and it makes your eyes turn yellow.
I try to keep the shop at a comfortable temperature. Parolidon is just something you know, since the People's Power disaster. I was with the Emergency Relief Brigade. Had to take it for radiation sickness.
He's taken it for mental and emotional, not physical pain these days.
There's a reason why everyone's tried to forget any of it ever happened, and why no one has tried to repair or replace the pile. So much disappointment, and early deaths. Cancer mostly. And we knew all that was coming even as we were cleaning up as best we could.
So the pile seems something like a Chernobyl situation.
No one's. Everyone's.
Chernobyl situation.
So much bitterness.
A bunch of poor people built themselves a primitive nuclear reactor, hoping for the best. What do you think is going to happen? A bad idea. Some poor leftist built a particle decay generator in hopes of bringing a...
The People's Pile was a Type U particle decay generator that failed immediately after entering service, releasing radioactive waste into River Esperance. A primitive nuclear reactor, also called a pile. Construction began, needless to say. An emergency valve defect resulted in steam pressure blowing the turbine, taking the fuel containment vessel.
We were an all-volunteer force, self-organized, tried to help the fire brigades contain the spill.
On the patch, gamma radiation lines crossed with a red drop of blood.
That sounds
I
bad.
lived by the river since I was a small boy. The Esperance. Didn't have the heart to let it all go to shit without trying to do something to help out. There wasn't much the volunteer force could do, however. The cleanup happened 15 years ago. I was young then. Later, my second aunt died. Left me this shack and all the assorted junk in it. So I came to Martinez. People told me don't go there. It's a shithole. I said, people, we just had a nuclear pile meltdown. I'm gonna get as far away from Forburg as I can. Still in the same city, but I like the theory more than the story.
Oh.
Outward movement, not vortices.
Yeah, you gotta get in on those vortices, my man.
Have you tried it before?
The lieutenant steps away, pretending to admire some of the knickknacks on display. Looks like he doesn't want to get involved. He won't be your nog, but he won't be thrilled about this either.
If you say so. Here you go, man.
Okay.
Yes, darling. That's the coalition government ordained Parolidon. Straight into your gut.
I respect your decision, officer. What else can I help you with? Let me have a look. Anything else you're thinking of selling? Another time, perhaps.
Yes?
Yeah, nothing. Alright, let's level up visual calculus. Again. Try that fucking, like, skill check that's right out here.
A crumpled billboard. The sign billboard has fallen on the waterlogging. Judging by the size of the impact and the parallel lines of burnt rubber, the cause was probably a motor vehicle.
Ah.
These look like the same tire tracks I saw earlier, in front of the whirling rags. Side slip marks indicated that the vehicle was traveling up the crater at 35 kilometers an hour. The black marks on the roof indicate that the vehicle vaulted from the crater to the roof of the shack. The panel served as a takeoff ramp. The vehicle soared through the air, hitting the billboard and upsetting the posts. Then it continued its flight, taking the billboard with it.
Ah.
The sign broke the vehicle's fall into the canal. The salmon and butter billboard still looks freshly painted, suggesting it took the plunge recently.
Right.
Within the past 72 hours.
Did I do that?
Still speeding, the vehicle made a loop and vanished into the fog along the coast. There are two good candidates, the Caprice 40 and the Linéaire G22. It's about the right size, and the tire marks look like they came from the skinny tires frequently found on that motor carriage. The Caprice 40 is a very popular model, with bank clerks, topping pie delivery drivers, secondary school teachers, cops, strippers dressed as cops, undressed strippers. Very sturdy but light motor carriage. More likely than most to survive that jump. The Linéaire G22 is not a particularly popular model due to its peculiar proportions, which the manufacturer's design team probably thought about for too long.
Huh.
You'd have to follow the tracks to be sure. The lieutenant looks on, waiting for you to wrap up your analysis.
Any theories about what happened here?
I've encountered an error. What the fuck? What do you mean?
What kind of car do you think it was? That's quite likely, from what I can tell. Oh. The traffic hooliganism? I hope not. Fortunately, we are not traffic cops. Should we get back to the murder?
Oh, wait.
Yes?
Ah, that just led to nothing.
The crumpled Samaran, but the lieutenant.
I thought I could, make this go earlier.
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting.
Yeah.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when Lieutenant Kitsuragi is gone.
Yeah, let's go this way.
Life doesn't need to be a struggle.
Jam. Is that a weird way to say nom nom?
I'll be with you in a moment, officer. Let me just finish my sandwich. Talk to Angry Hard René first.
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time you bring out the measuring tape.
René, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup. Please, let's just try to enjoy the game, alright?
I'm trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration. You're old. I can see that. We're both old. Now stop grabbing your ass like it's a girl.
Wow.
These manly men are playing balls. This is a ball game. Grab a ball and play it. Don't ask questions.
I'm gonna ask
Shoot.
questions.
No, you got this. There's the ball. You're the game.
See? Your munching and complaining have ruined my concentration.
I'm gonna try to
Could
see.
the objective of the game be to throw the metal ball so it lands by the wooden ball?
Ah, mon Dieu. The pain in my back is unbearable. I can't even say if it's in my back or hip anymore. Feels like it's in both.
I hope you pass out from it, you goddamn jellyfish. Men like you are the reason this nation is sinking.
Trying to throw something as close to a predetermined point as possible. Measuring. This must be the age-old game of Patank.
A tank.
Shush. Ignore them. They don't know what they're doing. They're old. You are letting down yourself and the team. Get it? Doesn't
What
matter.
team?
Pick a team. Any team. The blue team. You're letting them down. Get in the game and throw the goddamn ball.
Hit the bloody ball.
Eyes on the ball, Dinky Winky.
Hey.
You are immediately surprised by the ball's lack of weight. No matter. You'll make it work. God, this is right. You feel the familiar tremble of excitement and adrenaline that precedes every victory. Time has frozen. The cold metal ball is surprisingly smooth against your neck. It has a pattern on it. Probably a sponsored ball.
A sponsored
Yours will
ball.
only be covered with bumps of learning and scars of victory. Already your muscles are adjusting to the weight, the nervous system calibrating, until you and the ball have merged into a single entity. The man ball is ready.
The man ball, you say.
A chilly breeze ruffles your hair as you stand there, feet firmly planted. All sounds, smells, even the wind, everything fades until the only thing left is the union of man and ball.
I knew I heard a mic rustle.
Bordel de merde!
Welcome to the stream, Fisher.
Hello, Henry. Hello, chat.
A whorehouse of shit.
A whorehouse of shit?
It wasn't whorehouse of shit. The shot was at least 23 meters, probably 24, and then some. Nothing to be embarrassed about.
Wow.
What the hell is your problem?
Problem.
I don't care if you are a cop. You do not just ruin someone's game. It's so goddamn disrespectful.
Wait, what?
You vandalized our game, son. We can't play pétanque with 5 bull. No, you don't. Our pétanque game is ruined. We want our bull back.
Take it easy, René. This is just a misunderstanding, isn't it, officer? No harm done.
Of course there's harm done, you orange slug. You owe us a goddamn bull.
Alright, I'll get you your fucking bull back.
Mistakes are forgiven when men at least try to right their wrongs. I believe you will try. Now, why did you approach us? Yes, why did you come here? It's unlikely they know anything about the murder. You never know. He might know something. This is a good vantage point. Yes, the Debardeurs Union pays me to stand vigil during the night. Not out of any political allegiance, mind you.
Ah.
I'm an old man. Don't sleep more than a few hours every night anyway, and money is tight. Yes, it does. Unfortunately, I wasn't working that night. Been on a 2-week leave since last Monday.
Yeah, why were you on a leave?
It's a private matter. Nothing to do with your investigation.
You see, officer, René is the kind of man would rather die than admit he needs medical assistance or, God forbid, sick it. A real
You can hear the
man's
game,
life
right, Fisher?
is just gonna
Yes.
write it out.
Okay.
I didn't want to say that while you were still listening to the dialogue.
I'm fine, goddammit. Mind
Right.
your own business.
I think I understand.
It's nothing. Just got to cut back on coffee. No one.
Oh,
bus has
what
been
the?
unmanned
Why
since
was?
last
Why
Monday.
has it been unmanned?
There's no other guard. It's just me.
No one has been guarding the container yard since last Monday.
Yes. It's not actually an issue. I mean,
That seems like a pretty big issue to me.
Look, officer, the container yard doesn't actually need a guardsman. Never had one before René. Monsieur Claire had that booth built specially for him. It's mostly decorative.
the possibility of someone being in there is enough to discourage any ill-minded individuals.
Interesting.
Gerard created this job for René because he knows the Royal Carabiniers pension of honor and PTSD isn't something a man can live off. A decorated Kingsman collecting tear reflects bad on the whole neighborhood. His words.
Big guys looking after the small and everyone working
We can
together.
close the topic of my guard booth now. Yes. Like I said, I would be up anyway, so might as well keep. Unfortunately, I don't. Unlike most of the locals, I have no qualms about assisting law enforcement.
but this affair has passed me by completely. In Martinez, the union is the law, so can you really blame them? Cop is a pejorative term. I don't have a problem with policemen. On the contrary, I admire the effort to bring order to our streets.
He doesn't know about the crime. Your time is better spent discussing politics.
What about police women?
I'm confident they are indispensable in regard to all the paperwork and other administrative duties.
I'm gonna be feminist tonight.
But you must agree that nature, in her infinite wisdom, has made men more fit to perform certain, more challenging tasks. Don't you, officer?
On the second hand, on second thought.
No reason to even feel bad about that. It's just the way of the animal kingdom. Ah, yes! King Philip III, on his steed. A reminder of what Revachol once was.
Oh, absolutely. At the mercy of a cocaine-snorting tyrant who emptied the treasury so he could sleep on a bed of gold.
Cocaine? Cocainum?
Cocaina!
Kind of king. And just imagine what kind of cocaine a king would have had.
Sorry, it's just flour. Let me tell you my thoughts on the RCM.
A superpower, feared and respected. A testament to what this country can be under the leadership of a true king. Someone who knows how to rule.
Oh, old Philip was a big fan of the purple nose candy the nobility loved so much. A cocaine connoisseur of sorts. His egocentricity is borderline legendary.
You can't even take responsibility for yourself. How could you fathom the responsibility weighing on the shoulders of a ruler? That's why the Philippian kings use cocaine, for clarity of vision, to aid in their work. Regnum cocainum, Revachol's finest years.
I don't think my finest years were spent consuming bang energy, but okay.
I'm satisfied with this explanation.
Of course. Clarity of vision. Awareness.
Philip III was even brought into this world with the help of cocaine. The court made him administer the dose to his mother when she was in labor, and it is well known that with the help of cocaine, only the purest, of course, he was able to connect with higher realms.
Sure.
He's just making excuses for the king's habits, isn't he?
Please, officer, don't encourage him. Do spare us the cocaine fairy tales. The RCM isn't interested in them.
Yes, indeed. We're not here to investigate the drug trade of centuries past.
Decisively, without fear of offending the sensibilities of the frail and weak-minded among his subjects. This is something the insurgents never understood. Elysium is only as strong as its leader. That's why it was such madness to try to...
Don't get started on that again. What happened, happened.
How long ago was this? 300 years ago?
The Carabiner doesn't reply, but his entire being communicates unbreakable resolve.
Right. Ah, yeah.
Ah, shit.
Oh, cocaine.
That's not what I wanted to do.
Yes. The terrain here provides an interesting variety to a familiar game. No.
Oh, heavy artillery fire.
Artillery fire. Why what? Because that's what happens when communards hijack your country, execute your supreme leadership, and turn your capital into a slaughterhouse. You use heavy ordnance to clean up your home.
Did you use artillery fire against them?
It was the foreigners who brought them to their knees. We fought valiantly, too valiantly. So valiantly we got licked. Should have fought dirty, like they did with their suicide sex cult propaganda.
Suicide sex cult propaganda.
Shrapnel bombs.
What a concept.
And we lacked caliber. God bless him, but the suzerain's cannons simply weren't big enough.
It was probably a bit more complicated than that.
This place is a damn beachhead, son. They didn't do it because they didn't like it. They had to soften the commies up first.
Beachhead.
Yes. The military coordinated amphibious landing to take back Revachol. Martinez was used as one of the 3 footholds in Revachol during Operation Deathblow in 08. The other 2 are off in Stella Maris and the Delta. This here is Blood Ground, where Coalition boots first made landfall and cleaned those rabid dogs out. Most likely, we're playing pétanque on their mangled corpses.
Blood ground. You got old René going there. Like he isn't hungry enough already.
Damn right, son. They laid the fire of hell on the city before they stormed it. And it worked, too. The rest of the city got cleaned up, but Martinez they keep as a monument. And now the Union Socialists are practically running the place.
Yes.
Well, it's your own damn fault. You, we, the coalition, Revachol, whoever you want to blame, never finished the job. Officially, the party never surrendered. Of course, they still hold influence.
You don't even begin to truly understand the players on the table, let alone the specific circumstances surrounding the... What do you think?
Thinking men have opinions on these things. Present one.
Thinking men have opinions. God damn. Man, I should just have the most agreeable or I don't know whether I should have the most agreeable or disagreeable positions depending on who I'm talking to.
Well, how do you want to play it?
I have no fucking idea. Oh. Okay, depending on the cut of the person's jib, I guess.
Depending on the cut of the person's jib, you're a people pleaser.
Yeah, I'm trying to please them if they rub me the right way.
Okay.
If they rub me the wrong way, I'm just gonna troll them.
Okay, so pick the one that'll please this guy. Don't ask me which one that is.
Preposterous!
Oh.
Surely you don't mean it. I'm just sorry it had to be them.
I can't be a people pleaser.
Those commie hyenas, boiling cats for food and drinking my piss in the mountains.
I'm not able to people please.
I would have preferred if the Right Honorable King Guillaume returned through Revachol, or even if that damn clan Frisell had risen from the grave and led us. Sadly, that was not the case. Instead, all that is just, holy, and beautiful in the world was wiped away, and now it's neon signs with toothpaste ads everywhere. Foreign influence peddling garbage and stupid music on the radio. This is just what the commies wanted. This was their plan all along. This is what they wanted to replace the role of the suzerain with.
Well, you did opt in to be a communist.
I did. A racist communist.
The suzerain is the king. Has everyone forgotten already? They forgotten already.
Yes.
No use talking to you. You were still in Daddy's balls when it happened. When we took our last stand against the filth and rode the cavalry straight into gunfire.
Yeah, I'm not trying that.
So what would you do to get the audio working?
Not play it on my Steam Deck.
Oh, is that easy?
Yes.
So the audio's working on the Twitch stream as well.
Yes. So like literally what I did to get it captured off my Steam Deck is use a capture card, and I usually don't capture the audio from it. Let me talk to what's his name? Matterhead. Measurehead. Matterhead, Measurehorn.
What I miss in the hour that you started?
So that butter sign that the car ran over didn't help much. I had a dream sequence where I was the dead body.
The unpromising race pupil returns. I am not the first line of defense. I am the last. In addition, these so-called hardy boys are an effeminate clique of bodybuilders. Their company is spiritually degrading.
God damn. Like so they're like Gachi Muchi? Like Billy. No, I'm kidding.
You pick up on something artificial in his tone, like he's putting on an act. This is unlike him. He is usually more himself. Fine. They have recently fallen under the influence of a possibly sexually perverted female vagrant. A narcotics peddler. It's shameful. Find out for yourself. Endomorphic blob.
Interesting.
I am. You pick up on something. The hardy manlets are on the tail
Hardy
of the
manlets.
company. I answer to the Union alone. And I do this out of race heroism. Now leave me be. Yes, it was probably nothing.
Oh shit. I wanted to do this one.
There is nothing fun. I cannot possibly imagine what else we have to.
What skills have you leveled up?
Visual calculus. Mainly to try to get down what the hell that sign, why that sign was down, and you know, chase the car across the bridge.
Which you can't cross the bridge yet.
No, that's tomorrow. I also need money.
What happened to all that money you had?
I mean, I spent it on the rent. And I spent, and I had 20 bucks left that I just, you know, said, ah, fuck it, I'll just, oh.
Whoa, what have we here?
Bridge?
A bridge with loose nails and rot-infested wood that creaks in the wind. A construction code violation if there ever was one.
True. They never cleaned up the war damage. The rest of Revachol looks better, though. The bridge is fine enough. Locals use it all the time, after all. It's nothing to worry about.
I'm gonna worry about it. I could get money out of this.
So visual calculus is the only
Yes.
skill you leveled up?
So far. Today.
Okay.
But I'm gonna talk to that, woman up here.
Oh yeah, alright.
Because...
Hello again, officers.
Cindy the
Have you come to admire my mural? Ooh, not only have you found my address, you've discovered my biggest secret. I'm a coal miner.
She does have eyes that seem to be smeared with coal.
Yes, I keep hoping a shaft will collapse on me, but somehow it never happens. It doesn't have to do anything at all. Nothing does. Like me. Right now, I'm doing nothing at all.
The inspiration will come to her once hell is set loose on the streets. It's too calm right now.
Does anyone in a city like this? Shoot, Piggy. It's what you do, isn't it? What for? What do you think I'm trying to paint here? A mural for a better tomorrow? Why do you really need it? Well,
It's for art.
If it's for art. But what kind of art are we talking about? Let me stop you right there, Piggy. You have no idea, do you? No idea. No brush? Fuck off.
You'll see.
Yeah, not gonna hold my breath, Piggy. You look like you'd suck. Everything really.
Try it. Give it a try. Why not?
Hello again, officers. Have you come?
Yeah,
to
sure.
They do say the painter always paints his own portrait.
That's pretty fucked up. Even for you, Piggo. Stop quivering like jello, then you won't get fucked. I think everyone would rather you didn't. You're a real sad sack. You know that? Go ahead then. Art it up. Just try not to hurt yourself. And no self-portraits. Oh, but I'm all out of fuel oil.
You know what you should be able to find in your government-issued vehicle? Red-dyed heavy fuel oil.
Can I just use
kidding
paint?
me? Fuel oil is so much cooler. No way you're disfiguring that beautiful wall with something as pedestrian as ordinary paint.
My fuel oil is for my Kinema. Use your own fuel if you are unable to contain your artistic impulses, but please, leave my Kinema out of it.
Huh. Yeah, I was pretty low on morale there. So wait.
Did you manage to take down the body yet?
No. That's what I was talking to Measurehead for.
Oh, and he wasn't able to do it?
No, I mean, no, I like just talking to him. That's what I was trying to figure out how to do.
If you're stuck, well, you want me to offer a possible suggestion?
Sure.
I may be mistaken, but try talking to Everett, and he may set that in motion.
Uh-huh.
I can't remember. I vaguely recall that happening on my playthrough, but I don't know if I may be misremembering. But that's what I would suggest. Ask Everett, and I think that will lead to you asking Measurehead.
Okay.
Have you actually talked to the Hardy Boys yet?
No, I'm gonna do that a bit later, but I want to talk to, I want to get the body all done and dusted first.
Yeah, that's good. Okay.
Man, this game has some, sound issues.
What do you mean? Are you talking about the sound right now? That's part of the atmosphere.
No, I mean like choppy sound cutting in and out. Not on your end. But this game is just not terribly bug-free. I can tell it's done by a European studio. You know, that's the wrong way.
Go down the staircase.
Wonder if I can do this thing.
What, the container? You want to try that?
Yeah.
You're back before the cargo container.
Yes,
Its
you
draw
see,
has not lessened
erratic
since
yet
you were
thorough,
last here.
been
If
in
anything,
the world
it
for
seems
2
to have grown
days.
slightly.
Notice that it's slowly been going up with each
Yeah.
attempt. It's so hilarious.
You're back before the cargo container. And as it's always been.
Fuck. I'll give it one more try. One more scummy try.
Alright. Don't you have clothing that could up your rhetoric?
Maybe. Maybe I'm wearing clothing that lowers it.
Yeah.
No. Here. There we go.
If you look to the left of the screen, you'll see whether
Oh, right, yeah.
your skills. Yeah, that's what I did. Well, do you want to know what I did on my playthrough?
Not yet.
Okay.
You're back before the cargo container. Its draw has not lessened since you were.
Alright. I'll come back later when I can do something with my rhetoric. But Everard.
Yeah. Let's see if he offers, if there's an option to talk to him about the body. If not, then I don't know. You're on your own there.
Right. Ah.
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't have to sit down this time.
You might have noticed there's one hanging on a tree behind the hostel cafeteria.
Oh my. Don't take this question personally, but why would I get involved in this matter?
Mr. Clare, the man was hanged with a cargo belt. A steel-reinforced cargo belt. It's safe to assume the Union had something to do with the murder. Besides, getting the body down would benefit all of us. It's a stain on the neighborhood.
I can certainly see how having him up there might start affecting some real estate values. But of course, all joking aside, I am going to help you. Jean-Luc, my boy, I'm sending 2 police officers down. They have a dead body in a tree problem they need help with. Namely, they need it to be taken down. And, Jean, please take it easy with the race science. He's had enough of that. You can find Jean-Luc down at the gates, but you already knew that. Anyway, he's going to help you.
So that's his real name? Jean-Luc?
Yep. Jean-Luc. I think that may be a first name.
Yeah, it's a first name. It's a compound name.
I don't know what his last name is, so I just call him Jean-Luc Measurehead.
Jean-Luc Baldy McRacist Face.
Down the stairs.
Yes, I realize that.
Yeah, I know that this place is hard to navigate. I always have trouble with it.
unpromising race pupil returns. So it was. You surmounted the harbor wall in a display of athletic prowess to reach my superior. Then had him give me an order. I salute your cunning, and I will remove the body from the tree with my bare hands.
You're so noble, Measurehead.
There's a but. But, while I am gone, someone must stand guard on the bridge. That someone needs to be you.
This is the uncomfortable result of not taking it on ourselves. I can live with a compromise.
Listen to your little friend. He is wise in his childlike way. His mysterious race may yet prove fierce.
Mysterious race?
My heroic haplogroup. Babe, see that they stay here the whole time.
Alright, let's see how long this takes.
The woman's gaze follows Measurehead as he leaves.
So, you guys are like cops or something? Look at him. His craniometric perfection. Are you cops or what?
Apparently so.
Ooh, I like men with guns and power. I'm Katya, by the way.
You hear that? That sound? He's breaking something.
Yeah, Jean-Luc must be really tearing it up over there.
This must be like a way, a fun way that they don't have to render him breaking down that tree.
Look at you! RCM rent-a-cops! Guarding that bridge like Everott's lapdogs! Is this where it's at now? The RCM is for sale!
And who are you? What is your business here? Why are your clothes 4 sizes too small for you?
I love
A shrill laughter interrupts you, echoing across Martinez. It's Kuno.
What?
Then, the man turns to look behind him at the behemoth appearing around the corner, approaching him, walking past him.
Did he kill Kuno for me? If so, that would be based.
The corpse has been removed from the tree. Stand down and congratulate yourself. You have sided with Ray's victory today. Farewell, ham sandwich. You are a union
Ham sandwich.
man from now on.
Well, let's go ahead and get back to the body. Oh, what the hell is that rendering? You good, Kuno?
You missed a good show before. A Kipt came by and completely
Kipt?
fucked the tree to pieces.
I keep hearing that word.
He fucked the tree up! Fucked it good! It was porno!
By the way, Kipt is a racial slur. You need to act decisively. It's Kuno. Use Kuno words.
Kuno words.
Don't you mean desert Kipt?
Watch out, Kuno! He's trying to crawl up your ass!
Kuno knows which Kipt Kuno meant. Kuno knows all the Kipt. Kuno's dad's a Kipt expert. Says Kipt every day. 100 times a day.
Huh.
Kuno's dad doesn't give a shit about anything.
Try to crawl out of Kuno's ass now.
Yeah? The fuck did you want anyway? You got your fuck bag down? Kuno doesn't fucking care.
It's clear you like the hard stuff, Brota.
Yeah.
Evening falls. The time has come to take the vow. The vows are blood and flesh. Lower intestine, the term is metabolic and circulatory system. Fascism, Brota.
Ooh, nope.
You're going to keep your vooz, right? Keep your vooz, Brota.
Yeah, no.
There's a slow, painful growl somewhere in your intestines, knocking on your alcohol-engorged liver. It is one of betrayal and disappointment.
I love that your endurance skill is just your stomach.
The corpse lies on the ground among the remains of an
Like I've said before, I have a howler monkey as a roommate
on one side.
So I hope he isn't picked up by my stream.
What do you mean picked up?
Like on my microphone.
Oh, I'm not hearing him.
Mr. Measurehead has done a good job. Nothing is too broken or compromised. The victim is ready for a field autopsy. Yes. 1. Investigation of the scene. 2. Initial examination of the victim. 3. Field autopsy. 4. Transportation of the body to the morgue. We are on number 3.
The RCM's 4-phase murder scene processing manual.
The fuck are they on about?
Cop's gonna cut his shit up.
No, you and I are detectives. The honorary rank of detective signifies our ability to handle the entire incident chain, from autopsy to cleanup to social work, everything.
Yes, I feel like
You
a
are.
detective.
Your station would not have assigned you.
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
I thought we decided to leave it to processing. Let's not turn this into some kind of circus.
Damn it. This is turning into some sort of mega puzzle. Okay, so you can sneak out of your room maybe, after he's gone to sleep.
Come on, officer. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them.
What you do know is, at 18.9 kilometers, the dormant shield volcano, Corpus Mundi, is the world's highest summit, and the failure of the 38 single, Epui Descent, to crack the top 20 was the death knell of disco. But what a field autopsy is, you have no idea. You must have me confused with the Copperpedia.
Copperpedia?
You, sir, you are the Copperpedia.
Unfortunately, no. They are better than nothing. Tell you what, I perform the anatomical side of things while you will take notes. That's right.
The dead man stares in silence as you crack open the ledger. The bright red paper is covered in boxes and lists, describing the condition of his skin and organs in 3 parts. Above those, an 11-field info form needs filling out first. It begins with...
That's you.
The corpse is indifferent to your scribblings. Just lies there. The next box says...
I would expect a corpse to be pretty indifferent to my struggles.
KK57-0803.0815.
KK equals Kim Kitsuragi. 57 equals Precinct 57, followed by his date 0803 and time of arrival 0815 on the scene. He's indexed the case after himself, not you. That's because he doesn't want to bring up the messy question of your initials.
Next, NA. Next, NA. Roughly 50.
Try 40. The damage is so extensive, it's better to err on the young side. He nods.
Mondial.
Fair to olive-skinned, from the Isola of Mundi. This is as vague as it gets. You might as well say whitish. The pudgy mess of curdled meat looks neither mondial nor anything other.
Fucky, fucky!
Fucky, fucky!
Male.
Whoopsie, whoopsie.
Pigs can have sex!
Nor does he look male, with his pregnant belly and indistinguishable face.
We're still going with March 4th, 51. What else? 9. Body identified by is non-applicable. 10. Case number is the same as the coroner's case.
KK 57 0503 0815 listens motionless, with the cargo belt still around his neck. Only one box remains.
Evidence
None.
of treatment?
At least not after the initial examination. Interfering with the body's position or wounds post-mortem.
Ah.
They'd have to have incapacitated and carried him over. This man was more than a match for untrained dog walkers.
Your central nervous system recognizes this gesture. It's the stations of the breath. Ecclesiastic, religious in nature, a holdout from pre-DeLorean burial rites. It takes him 2 seconds to perform. Then...
We should start the post-mortem.
The corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on red copier paper tries to answer why.
I'm gone.
Ah! I hate you. You stink, and you're bored. No, I'm kidding.
Into the wild pale yonder. In the past. Way out in the west. I'm a joke. Look at me. A killer. A motherfucker. And a killer. Go ahead, Cobbo. What do you mean? It's the power of your imagination. Go ahead. Ask me more questions. Because you're a copperoonie. Look at all of them go. Do you want more questions? Coming right up, copperoonie. This is getting upbeat now. Love did me in, Brother Copo. It was love all along. Because you have. Fuck no. You're no Rooney. No, you're not a Harry either. You're a motherfucker. That's who you are. Rooney the motherfucker. Sure, Lobo. I can ask you a question. Why are you doing this? Looking at my face, motionless. Looking into my eyes, standing here. Why are you investigating my murder? Ha!
The clown lips on the corpse appear to smile. Something is on its way. Something hidden. It's coming. A miracle from the northwest, and it's almost here. You can feel it in the air, on your hands. The cold spring air smoothing them over.
Do I remind you of someone?
A child born with Muller's disease, Harlequinism, grown up miraculously.
You sure wriggled out of that one? Coppellini. Do I remind...
A child born with...
No, not quite. Be fair now. There you go. Look at that bright kid. We're birds of a feather, you and I. Soon you will be just like me. Just keep drinking and having a good time. It's a matter of weeks.
Feeling nausea? Vomiting? Tenderness or pain around the liver area? Tiny red lines on the skin above waist level? More like days, Coppo. The clock is ticking. Your liver tells you so.
Come back later, Corpo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and shoot, Looney Runt. Come back late.
Clothes. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Babrodin, I think. Let's see.
Babrudin.
See, it's happening.
Babrodin, yes. Inexpensive. Size M. Color white.
The disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing was expecting
The red-haired thing.
more lurid.
The boots are ceramic, vitreous enamel. They are fused to his skin from blood flowing downward post-mortem. Removal of the boots is left for processing.
It would be clever of you to omit the boots altogether, sire. If you are to keep them for yourself, as you ought to, you have deserved them more than anyone else.
I want the boots.
Patience. After
the boot has a serial number. It's E50.100.100. The lines between the plates are in the shape of the alphanumerical. The number is purposefully concealed by the design. Tattoos. The upper torso is covered in a single, continuous tattoo, resembling a national pattern. It reaches from the right shoulder to the heart. The ink is blue and white. The assistant has a color photograph of the markings, to be added to the case files as document A1. The photo is taken on the scene, using a Trigat Mini. The deceased has a belt for airlifting cargo around his neck, tied with a hangman's knot. Color yellow. Length 3 meters. There is a buckle on the other end. Well-nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.8 meters. Generally consistent with age 42. Preservation is good. Ambient temperature below freezing. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with the age. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back, short. Lividity is consistent with hanging. The head is congested. Contusions are present on the head, chest, and thighs. Consistent with stones thrown post-mortem. Low velocity.
Fucking low velocity. You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Velocity was fucking max. Talking shit about Kuno's velocity.
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest, consistent with predation. Ligature mark. Steel wiring. There's too much of it. We need to remove the belt so we can get to the ligature mark.
you got just the right tool for that. The chain cutters.
Always good to think ahead. Now...
Good thing we got those chain cutters.
We need to cut the belt to see the ligature mark below. Carefully, with as much precision as you can.
See, my pig is gonna fuck his head off.
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
The belt is equally tight around the whole circumference of his neck, swelling over the edges like white bread rising from the yeast. The knot is the weak spot. The chain cutters fit in there, steady now, like a flower arranger. 2 cuts and it should come loose.
Ah.
After some deliberation, you sink the cutters into the knot tying the belt together. You squeeze the rubber handles together, sweat forming on your brow. Snap! The knot is slashed. Another cut and the belt falls apart like a flower bouquet, revealing the dead man's neck and the dark red ligature mark around it.
The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back of the neck. Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consistent with a drop from 1 or 1.5 meters. Chest is intact, normal contour, abdomen is protuberant, pelvis intact, genitalia...
No! Let's get out and see!
I fucking knew it!
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury.
I'm not gonna inspect his balls.
Back is symmetrical and intact. Upper and lower extremities are intact, but asymmetrical. There are combat injuries on the right hand, thigh, and hip. In addition, I see smaller, residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of his skin.
From wounds sustained over 2, maybe more decades, dispersal and accumulation indicates long and active combat duty.
We have a real museum here. Of battles, wars. Last item, hands.
The hand is surprisingly heavy to lift, filled with decay liquids.
Yes.
Feels as though it could explode if squeezed harder. You're suddenly repulsed, so much so you feel compelled to drop it.
Hands are clean. No sign of injury from struggling. I was. Maybe I'm just not seeing them. Honestly, this stench is making it hard for me to think at the moment. Ooh. That's all for the external. Well done. What next? Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system?
Of course, there is a moral to be drawn from it. A moral to this story.
Sure.
What would that be?
The dead man looks, too, with barely contained excitement to hear the moral of his story.
I think that may well be the moral of every story, officer. Good. Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant. Hyoid bone. Let's see.
With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it.
Oh,
gently.
God.
A rotting smell erupts from the mouth. Purge fluid runs down his lips, black and viscous.
You know what? That's probably not much worse than the Pizza Hut I had earlier.
You hear cracks as the lieutenant moves his sharp fingers inside the flesh, like the cooking of a old house at night.
You eat Pizza Hut?
I don't know. I just wanted some shitty pizza.
Yeah, jack that fucker off!
The hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact. Unremarkable. Respiratory system. Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen. Hemorrhaging present in mucosa of the lips and mouth.
No scream, no sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there. Sickly sweet air, unlike anything living. You feel like you're about to throw up again, straight in that mouth of his. It's hard. Once more, you taste stomach acid in the back of your throat. A contraction. Your throat pumps a little something from your stomach and into your mouth. You're forced to swallow, just to keep looking. Inside, you see darkness. Just a mess of meat and darkness.
Yeah.
Hemorrhaging present in mucus. Hepatobiliary, Na. Same for toxicology and serology, Na. Unless you have untapped reservoirs of knowledge there?
Reservoirs? No, but do they take obscure trivia and odd tidbits?
Like a toxicology screening? At this stage, I doubt processing will find anything, even if he was brimming with cocaine. But still, you should add a request.
Brimming with cocaine.
Cardiovascular. The body exhibits heavy lividity. Blood has gathered in the hands, feet, and neck. Hypostasis is visually consistent with the hanging. Gastrointestinal.
This will do.
Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila. What's next on the list? Let's see. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. You'll need 3 fields. Leave a 4th one too. Head, chest, and scalp bite mark injuries. Predation by birds has caused damage to the
Oh
body.
my god.
Odontology
He's
does not
going
make
fucking
chemicals.
insane out there.
And your opinion, officer?
It's not
Agreed.
being caught on the mic.
Next
no
injury?
worries.
So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury, a stone. The injury does not have the rim of an early inflammatory response. The perpetrator on the scene has confessed to causing it post-mortem.
At maximum velocity, fucko!
Has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity.
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless stones have hit the dead man, beneath the description of injury.
Right. Next. Nothing. Just in case. A dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the neck, with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say, 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured.
Do we have a
With
hyoid
cervical
bone?
contact. I see
I've never
hemorrhaging
heard of
on the
that.
skin, above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark, 1 centimeter. No signs of clawing on the neck.
Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to the side. The ring around his neck is visible.
That's it. We have established cause of death. It's not much,
Yeah,
and
it
it leaves
exists.
much to be questioned.
hyoid bone.
But it's a start.
Where is it?
I gotta open it again.
Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over.
It's in the midline of the neck.
Uh-huh. Interesting. I thought they were just making shit up because this game is full of made-up shit.
Well, we established probable cause of death. Some would say that's the goal of an autopsy.
Yeah.
We also requested a toxicological screening. That was thorough. The results should arrive in a couple of weeks, if we are lucky. I will not hold my breath. We were thorough with the list of injuries too. We described them all in detail. What is there to say? Given the circumstances, it was a professional field autopsy.
Oh yeah, well done, Master Detective. Maybe a drink is in order?
No.
I need a copy of that autopsy form. Then I will drive him to Faubourg for processing.
You tilt your head, also looking at the corpse. I'm sure we didn't get everything. There's always something.
I thought we decided to leave it to processing.
Damn it. This is turning into... Okay, so you can sneak out of your room maybe, after he's gone to sleep.
Okay. I need a little help for carrying him to the holding pen of my Kinema. I can take care of the rest.
There go those beautiful enamel boots. May they rest in processing. Oh well, in another lifetime.
Continue working here. The locals, the case, or attend to your own business. I will meet you downstairs in the Whirling in Rags tomorrow morning, 7:30 sharp.
This means Lieutenant Kitsuragi will leave the party until tomorrow morning. You're free to do side tasks and even the main case, though it might be more difficult. If you have nothing to do, read books or sit on the bench on the plaza.
You didn't know that was gonna happen, did you?
No.
I thought you would have tried the perception check, even if it was really low.
No. I'm pussy.
Mate. William and I told you, even always give it a shot. And it was a white check too. So you could have retried it. But you do you.
Well, let's start talking to the Hardy Boys now.
Over here. Let me handle this. Detective disorientated. Are you still wondering where you are? This is Martinez, in case you've forgotten. I advise you not to overstay your welcome.
Her entire character has shifted. This young woman is cold as ice.
No, I am not a gardener. I'm a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union. So let's get to it. You're looking for Titus Hardy? You think he has information that will help you? Maybe he does. That's Titus. Talk to him, but know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming, nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
Could this be the Miss Beaufort that Easy Leo mentioned? The one Mr. Everard sent to law school?
I suggest not wasting time on trivial pleasantries and focusing on why you are actually here. Titus Hardy.
Even though she has excellent control over herself, something moved behind her eyes. In the way she stands. In her face.
You are not here to chat up the legal counsel. You are here to question these men. Like I already told you, I'm a legal counselor. Do you have hearing problems?
Yes.
What you want is of no significance, officer. Don't test your authority. In Martinez, you are no one. What are we going to do to you? The union isn't going to do anything to you. It is not a crime syndicate. It is a labor organization.
Goddamn right it is.
If anything, it is the RCM who do things to people. But we digress.
Alright.
This is where you say your bit.
Okay.
Oh, this is about him. A real looker, that won't.
You sure took your time, huh? Waited for him to get real ripe and pretty for you.
Oh, he was a real pretty boy. Hanging up there, letting out that pretty boy smell.
Pretty boy smell.
I can't for the life of me understand why you did it. I mean, I would have just left him up there. You must really like cleaning up other people's shit.
You might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this.
Do a head count first. Connect these men to the tracks you saw in the yard. Chances are they're going to match. Starting from the right. Boot size 44. Blonde man. In his 30s. Overbearingly masculine. Sitting on his right. Standard working boots. Size 45 or 46. Eldest in the room. Probably mid-50s. Smoker. Quiet. Across at the other table. Hobnailed working boots. Size 43. Gang tattoos. Mesk or Sarah Mauritian. In his late 30s, early 40s. He spent his youth in Villa Labos, a housing project in the Jamrock Quarter. There were incarcerations. Hard to say what else. The ink is fading. And then, standard working boot. Steel reinforced toes. Size 46. The big dick. Wide at the shoulders.
The big
and
dick.
lean at the hips. Rugby cap. Fingerless gloves. And numerous scars. A little under 40. The emblem on his vest says Rowing Club. A little patch below it reads T. Hardy, Captain. In the far corner, standard working boot. Steel reinforced toes. Size 44. 40-something. non-alcoholic beverage in hand. You squint. Is that a plectrum? On his neck. Forget it. It's not important. Let's call this one the musician. Size 41, with the light step. Not a child, after all. An older man with a rat face, mean, watery eyes, and 2 front teeth missing. In the middle, heaving and wheezing. Big guy. Boot size 46, deep marks. Probably carried the victim over. He, alone, is 130 kilos. Add the man in armor, and you could easily exceed 220. In conclusion, these 7 are the actors on the crime scene. The footprints were theirs, but there's a discrepancy. Exactly. You've stood there for about 4 seconds, not saying anything. Hit them with questions. Where's the 8th Hardy?
The fuck is with you, fella?
What are you talking about, madman? There's no 8th Hardy Boy. There's 7 of us and we're all here. Or what? You want to be the 8th Hardy Boy? We ain't hiring.
Actually, boss, we've been talking and we think she could maybe...
She? So there's an 8th Hardy, and it's a Hardy girl? Who might it be? Elizabeth? The gardener?
Shut the fuck up, Glenn!
I do the talking here. Now what the fuck do you want, cop?
It has to be good if he won't let you pursue it.
Sorry, boss.
The pretty boy. You really love talking about him.
Evidence. Show them you have it. It doesn't have to be conclusive.
Everard? And what did he tell you? That we killed him? That we took a cargo belt from the harbor, went out back, and used it to hang him?
I mean, it would be a convenience that you took him, that there's a conveniently perfectly matched set of 7 or 8 other people that went out back and killed the man, and the footprints matched their descriptions exactly. Yeah. That would be pretty that'd be pretty yeah, convenient.
Because we did. All of us together. I hope he told the story straight. I hope he told it well.
Huh.
Goddamn right.
No. These 7 honest men have equally come forth. They told you what happened so that you don't waste any more of your time.
All 7 together. They're diluting responsibility. It's an anti-arrest tactic.
How many people have you sent to the Shays? Ever felt remorse for them?
Chaise électrique is the method of capital punishment in Revachol under the Coalition. During the suzerain's reign, it used to be the firing squad.
Or send them to Reunion to rot. For 20 years. For life.
Doesn't remember them. He just forgets. Are you hearing this, Titus?
Ain't no use keeping a stiff catalog in your head. That's for sure.
Are you deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. You can't arrest a Hardy Boy without arresting all Hardy Boys. Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them all?
A trick question. Don't let her lead the conversation.
That's for the courts in Les Jardins to decide. Not for the officer making an arrest.
Immediately lets her lead the conversation.
Oh.
What you can do right now? Are you
Oh,
deaf?
wait, hold
Do
on.
you think...
A trick question.
Who do you fucking think does?
That's right, asshole. Titus Hardy runs the Hardy Boys. Ain't that so, fellas?
I think you got your
Didn't one of your brothers get in a DUI earlier this year?
No, you did not get an answer. Titus does administrative work. He pushes paper, fills out. Are you deaf? Do you think?
Wait a minute.
Question.
Who do you fucking think does?
I wonder what this answer gives me.
You keep him the fuck out of this. We have
Oh, I struck a fucking nerve, didn't I?
all on us. Evrard runs the Union. I run the Hardy Boys.
When the shit starts spinning, it will not land on Mr. Clear. That's the deal here. The Fixer will ignore the notion completely, focusing on Titus's culpability.
When Titus Hardy says he runs the Hardy Boys, he means that in an administrative capacity. On that night, everyone acted as one man. You don't have to keep answering his questions.
I know, Lizzie. Relax. We killed him last Sunday night. Seemed like a good way to end the week.
Known him? We don't associate with scum like that, asshole.
Yeah! Who do you think we are?
Quiet. He came around about 3 weeks ago when that Pines cow first sailed into town. Happy? No. I mean the Pines cow. The stupid-ass cow they sent in to fuck us over.
Right.
But you know what? Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interesting things to say when you ask her hard enough.
That's enough insinuation for today, Titus.
Why? 'Cause he was worthless mercenary scum. And he stepped out alive in my town. And he stepped out of line. The kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced kind, too. Had Cohoy and Semenine written all over him. Ex-Oranese Special Forces.
Huh.
A live grenade. Right here in our bar.
I can't prove it, but I know he was sent by the Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that. Story of every strike from here to Samara.
'Cause one night, he walked straight up to the mic and said, I'm Oranese goddamn Special Forces, and I'm gonna fuck you all. Yeah, really. Had a gin and tonic up there, sang some Oranese paratrooper song, and said he's gonna fuck everyone.
Think I need some secondhand witnesses.
We couldn't believe it either, but he fucking did, right there. Like some kind of animal.
Sire, the tale is true.
You don't count. Drama, you don't fucking count as a secondhand
This
witness.
is a serious violation of the karaoke code.
Drama's your lie detector, Henry.
Okay.
You can't trust your lie detector?
I don't trust my own moral compass.
Wrong. He harassed women, raped one, harassed workers, threatened to kill some as a warning.
From rape to harassment to threats of violence. Why the strange de-escalation? He regrets mentioning it. Hopes you didn't notice.
To kill us all, if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the scabs in, if we don't bend over. That was before he started coming here.
Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now. Started coming here every night. Drinking, grabbing girls. Grabbed one of ours mid-karaoke, right there on the stage. Yeah, this girl's on the mic, a beautiful girl, young. Gets into the second verse of Lover Lake, the fucker grabs her legs, starts screaming. Show me your cunt! Why don't you show me your cunt? Then, he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle, doesn't even fall down.
Aren't you fucking listening? My man is talking to you. He took care of it. They got the girl out before anything else could happen.
Yeah, me and Eugene got her out. Aren't you fucking listening?
No, I'm kind of unfocused right now.
There's something odd here. Seems like they don't want to talk about that rape Titus mentioned. Why not? This is a serious allegation.
No. You're not getting the name. That's a Martinez matter. And I'm not discussing it with you clowns.
There's nothing you can do for now. He's stonewalling you.
Ah.
We hanged him up by his neck until he got real still. Wasn't that obvious, Copper?
Didn't they teach you anything at the cop school, idiot?
We... Look, I'm not gonna play 20 questions with you, Capo. I'll say it again. We killed him.
Okay.
Yeah, I knocked him out. Came up behind him and clubbed him in the back of the head. He went down like a sack of sand.
That's right, lawman. And then we hanged the fuck.
Make them a bit more uncomfortable first, then see if it all adds up.
My fucking elbow, Copper. Samaran boxing style.
Samaran boxing, or Sambo, is an eloquently violent set of one-on-one fighting moves originating from the Samaran Isola. Sambo style implies stealth, cleverness, and cool. He may be lying, but he's good at it. No twitching, no rushing, no uncalled for details.
Right fucking here. Eugene already told you that the fuck had started coming to our bar.
Yeah, man, weren't you listening?
Titus is solid as a rock, and so are a few others. But Elaine, who looks like he might be Titus's right-hand man, the least antsy of the bunch, definitely not his first time being questioned by the police. This little rat-faced fellow is solid too. Always fidgety, yes, but no change there. Him neither. Mostly keeps to his tomato juice, or whatever he's got there.
Is there supposed to be a voice line for that?
Yeah, you heard him breathing.
Oh.
The difficulty breathing. That was that noise.
No. Of course he's having trouble breathing. Just look at how fucking fat he is.
I mean, yeah.
Fuck off, Shanky. Angus is a powerful guy. All muscle.
Keep your eye on this powerful guy. Sooner or later, he's going to break like a piece of twig.
And fuck you too, Copper. Picking on Angus like this. We're done with this schoolyard shit. And just so you know, he doesn't have trouble breathing.
This one is a stone wall. You won't get more out of them about the night of the murder. Not yet.
Like what, Copper?
Nothing. Your investigation here is done. You should go back to Jamrock, to your station, where you belong.
Yes. Run home, Lonely Rent-A-Cop. Real law officials are done with you. You're lucky you didn't get a beating. Oh, so you went and talked to my mommy, and now she's making me play with you. Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
And what's gonna happen if we don't? You're gonna go and tell on us?
Yeah, I heard him. Now fuck do you think I'm doing here? You'd have your ass handed to you if it wasn't for the boss man's word. Let me state this very clearly, Capo. Hello, officer. I'm Titus Hardy, and these are my boys. Hardy boys. How may we assist you?
But having Everard back you up like that did seem to have some effect. Establish authority. Yes. Authority. Feverish thoughts race through your mind. Did you already try the gun thing? I hear the gun thing is excellent and has great results.
Yeah, one problem.
You're probably right. The others are only there for filler, to make the gun thing pop.
The fuck are you talking about? Gun? No one's gonna let you wave a gun around here.
Stop shitting your pants. You don't need to know, all right? We took care of it. The law handled it, all right?
Yeah. Aren't you listening? It's done. Finito.
No, asshole. You're nobody. I'm the law.
Stop yelling about the goddamn law in my establishment!
Jeez. Okay, we get it. No need to piss in my drink. I preferred Sylvie. The fuck even happened to her?
Reminder that you have a skill point.
Oh yeah, I could.
Oh, but you can only, if you wanted to level up authority, you could only do it once.
Well, it doesn't help. I mean, it doesn't hurt to level up.
You're also wearing items that lower your authority.
Yeah, let's
no
just.
wonder you failed it.
Yeah, let's just take those off.
-2 authority. Wow.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
Actually, wait a minute, just in case. Again? Still? Hold on a minute. I'm gonna try this and then I'm gonna cut stream. If I'm gonna stop the stream if this doesn't work.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
This time it's going to work. You already ruled out the first bad option that didn't.
And what exactly is it you've been doing that's so goddamn special? All the while talking racist shit. Don't think we aren't watching, Fascia. People here trust us. We're getting...
Fascia. That's short for fascist.
Of course you have. You've been calling people kipped left and right, inciting race violence in my town.
Kylie said they've been trying to set up a race rally, whatever the fuck that means. Trying to get the kips out of Revachol before the economy goes to shit. Sure there is.
Get the fuck out of here.
What's going on? Are you racist now? Is the rally real? Please don't set up any rally. It will make you look awful.
Well...
Well, that didn't work.
Things are going rough for you, mate.
Yep. I'm just gonna, next time I play this, I'm just gonna load into my last quick save. That morale hit was too much.
Yeah,
So.
used up all your items.
Yep. So, I think I'm done for the night. Thank you all for watching the stream. Thank you to Fisher for showing up fashionably late.
Hey, I couldn't help that. I was working.
Well, I accept that. It was mainly more just a compliment, or not a compliment, like you know, like you have better things to do. Like you're so vogue and cosmopolitan, you know.
Henry, I'm gonna need you to level up your rhetoric some more.
You're kind of in, you know. You're with it.
Yeah, I'm pretty with it.
Yeah. So, yeah, that speaking of with it, I'm gonna have to get without this stream. Good night, everybody. Good stream.
Night,
Smelly
chat.
corpses and dream sequences. Good night.